Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Right at the outset, I must say a huge big heartfelt thank you to every one of you who subscribed to the channel and to those of you who've taken time out to view the videos that I've put up. Thank you for all the suggestions that you've given me and for all the requests to make videos on the topics of your choice. Today, I'm going to be covering the reading section, that is section A of your examination paper. Boys and girls, section A is one section where you can score, if not 100%, then almost 100%. I'm going to show you some simple tricks that can make this possible. Let's take a look at it as to how we can make this a reality. The very first thing that I want to teach you is the art of skimming and scanning. Scanning, not scamming. And I'm not going to scam you on this one. The art of skimming and scanning that are going to help you in doing your best and getting the best marks in the reading section. You can read this. Instantly, all of you were able to read this, despite the fact that not one of these 4 words has been spelt correctly. Let me show you how brilliantly the human mind works. And this is going to prove to you my theory that skimming helps you retain a little bit of what the essence is all about. If you think skimming actually means reading very quickly, so if you feel that this is not possible, let me take you to the next slide, which I want you to read with me. Let's read this together. Similarly, your mind is reading this automatically without even thinking about it. According to a research at Cambridge University, it doesn't matter in what order the letters in a word are. The only important thing is that the first and the last letter be at the right place. The rest can be a total mess and you can still read it without problem. This is because the human mind does not read every letter by itself, but the word as a whole. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what I was trying to say to you. When you are skimming over a passage, your brain retains the essence of that passage. And that is what is most important for us to do when we are attempting a reading section. I'm now going to show you the steps that you have to follow while attempting the reading section. There are only 5 points that I want you to keep in mind when you get the paper for the reading section. More often than not, what students do is the moment they get the question paper, they go to the section where the questions are and they read the questions and then come to the paragraph to read the paragraph to try and find the answers, thinking that this is going to take us shorter amount of time. This takes you longer. What I'm suggesting to you is the moment you get your paper, compose yourself, take a deep breath and read the first paragraph as in a form of speed reading. You are going to skim over that paragraph. You're going to speed read it. And as I showed you earlier, the human mind is such that you're going to retain the essence of what is in the passage. And that's all that matters, because now you have conditioned yourself to understand what this paragraph is all about. Now, go to the questions. Read all the questions in one go. Once you've read all the questions in one go, come back to the paragraph. Reread the passage. And please remember, now you've already got the questions in your mind. So now when you read it, your brain starts making the connections as to where the answers are. Next step, when you attempt the questions, is to go question at a time and then find the answer in the paragraph. Please remember the sequencing. In CBSE, more often than not, if your first question has come from paragraph 1 and the second question has come from paragraph 2, the third question will not go back to paragraph 1. It will be at a point in paragraph 2 after where the last question has been asked. So please remember this sequencing, that just as the questions are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, The answers you will also find in that order. And never, boys and girls, never leave the vocabulary questions untouched. You can infer the meanings that have been asked. And if a synonym has been asked of you, you can read the sentence, find the meaning in your mind, interpret it. If an antonym has been asked, all you have to do is find the opposite of the same. It's very simple. You first speed read the paragraph, speed read the questions, reread the paragraph, this time scanning for answers, and then one question at a time you read in detail. Now let's put this theory to test. On your screen now is a paragraph. I am going to give you only 30 seconds to read this paragraph. So you're going to speed read it in 30 seconds only, and this time I'll be quiet so that you can get a sense of what this paragraph is all about. Your time starts now. Time over. Did you get an idea of what the basic essence of the paragraph is? Did you get an idea of what the paragraph was talking about? Now let's move to the next step. In the next step, I'm going to show you the questions, all 5 questions in one go. And I want you to read all the 5 questions in one go. Now that you know what these questions are, what can scientists confirm about last year? By what degree were the temperatures higher? What do scientists feel is the reason for this rising temperature? Which country suffers from wildfires? And what were the effects seen in Antarctica? Now I'm going to take you to the passage again, where you're going to keep these questions in mind and try and find the answers. Again, only 30 seconds. Time over. I'm sure now you've made some connections in your mind as to which answer can be found where. And in the next slide, I'm now going to ask you to pick one question and find the answer one at a time for each question. Let's see how we can do this. Now on this screen, you've got the paragraph and the questions together. This is the point where you're going to be reading the question and scanning the paragraph for the answer. Let's take a look. You've already made the connection. You speed read the paragraph. You speed read the questions. You reread the paragraph to make the connections. And now we are going to validate those connections. Let's see. First question. What can scientists confirm about last year? Scientists can confirm that last year was Earth's warmest by far in the past century and a half. Question 2. By what degree were the temperatures higher? Temperatures worldwide were 1.48 degrees higher than they were in the second half of the 19th century. Question 3. What do scientists feel is the reason for this rising temperature? Now when I'm attempting this, I don't need to go back to the paragraph 1 or 2. I need to move on. And it says that scientists feel that the unabated emissions of greenhouse gases caused global warming to reach new highs. Which country suffered from wildfires? And as I read ahead, I will find in the last paragraph that Canada had its most destructive wildfire season on record. Now that we've come to the last question, we know that we've covered all the questions. Obviously, the answer is going to be after this. What were the effects seen in Antarctica? Less sea ice formed around the coast of Antarctica, both in summer and winter than ever measured. Boys and girls, this is the essence of what I was trying to show you. It took us only 30 seconds to speed read the paragraph, maybe another 15 seconds to read the questions in toto, another 30 seconds where this time we were scanning the paragraph for the answers, and then we have taken one question at a time and found the answers almost immediately. It is as simple as that. Once again, let me recall it for you, that the moment you get your question paper and you're attempting the reading section, first speed read or skim over the paragraph. Next, speed read or skim over all the questions together. Third, come back to the paragraph and read it this time to make connections with the questions that are in your mind. And the fourth step is to read every question and find the answer. And the two tricks, remember to maintain the sequencing, boys and girls. You will not go wrong and you will not waste time by running through the paragraph over and over again. And don't leave the vocabulary question. It's very easy if you put your mind to it. All the very best in your efforts to attempt the reading section. I'm sure you'll find it very easy after you've seen this video. Thank you for being with me. Please put up your suggestions for which are the videos that you want, and I will see you soon in the next video.